everyone. Let's start with the second question of our top 150 questions by Leetcode. The question is remove element. In this question, we have to remove the value that will be given in the question itself from a given array. That is the question. Now, let me explain this with the help of an example. So, in the first example here, this is the array containing 3, 2, 2, and 3 elements as their elements, and the value that we have to remove is 3. So if I remove these values, if I remove this, our array will be 2 2 and this. So these two values can be anything, xyz, anything. Okay, it doesn't matter. The question needs us to return the array. Okay, so in that way, that the first few elements should not contain the value. First elements of the array should not contain the value that we have to remove. So after removing the elements, the remaining elements that should come first. That is the question. Also, with this we have to return the length of the array. So here the length of the array is 2, so that I have to return. Okay, so let us understand this with another example as well. Here I have to remove 2, so I'll remove this, and this. So our array will be 0, 1, 3, 0, 4, and the remaining xyz, anything. This doesn't matter, this won't be counted. Okay, so this is the array that we have to make changes, plus the length. What will be the length? 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is the length. Okay. Okay, so length is basically starts from 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be, length will be 4. I'm just telling the total number of elements, right? So we have to return 4 here. So that is the question. Now how we'll approach this? So we'll do this with the help of an pointer. Okay, I'll just make an index that will be starting from 0, and I'll update this index every time when the element do not match with the value, and I'll replace this with the index value, right? So let's start with this first example. Here, the first element 3, this matches with the value, so I do not need to do anything with this, right? Next, what I have to do is, next is 2. So 2 I want, because 2 do not match with this value, so I want 2 in my array, right? So I'll just replace it with the 0th index. So this will be, so let me write it over here only. This will be 2. I'll remove this 3 with this 2, got it? And I'll update the index, because I've already used 0th index, right? Next is, so now I'll check with next index. Next is 2. So this also we do not want to remove, right? So I'll just update the next current index, that is 1, with this 2. So this will be 2. Then we'll go to next index, this will be 3. So 3, it already matches with the value, we do not want this. So index will remain 1 only, and the updated array will be 2, 2, and these will be copied as same, because we haven't made any change there. So this will be 2, 2, 2, and 3, and the index length will be 1. So what I'll do is, I'll just return this array as it is, the updated array plus the index. The length of the updated array will be 1. Okay, 0 and 1. This will be 1. Got it? So let's understand this with this example as well. Here, what we have to do is, I will make an index that will be starting from 0, okay, and the first index is 0. So this doesn't match with this the value, right? So we need this. So what I'll do is, I'll replace it with the 0th index, and you know it's already in the 0th index, so doesn't make any change. Still, I'll write 0 over here. This is the updated array basically. Okay, so let me give some spacing over here. Value is 2. Now I'll write over here, so 0, this will be our new array. Okay, so I'll update the index, because we have already used the 0th index, right? Next is 1. So 1, we want 1. This doesn't match with the value, we have to remove, right? So what I'll do is, I'll replace it with the first index, the current index that we are taking care of. So it's already on the first index, so it doesn't make any change, but still I'll copy it in the next array. So next is 2. Yes, we have to remove this 2 basically. So I'll I want update the index here because we do not want this. When we'll move further in the array, we'll notice the elements that are not equal to the value that we have to remove. So I'll replace this basically. So, okay. So I want to make any change to the index and I'll move ahead. This is also 2. We don't want this. So we'll move ahead. This is 3. We want this, right? So I'll replace this 3 with the array index at 1. Okay, so this is the zeroth position, this is first position, this is second position, this is third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. So at first position I'll be updating this. Okay, last time we didn't update this. This was 0. When we replaced it with 0, this was 1. And next time we copied 1 here, right? So I need to update this as well. Now, on the second index, I'll update this 3. I'll replace this 3. So this will be 0, 1. Let me change the color. 0, 1, and this will be 3. Okay, and now I'll again update this index. I'll increment it by 1. Okay, so moving ahead with the next element, that is 0. So we want this 0, right? So I'll update it with the next index, that is 3. So I'll replace it with this index, third index, right? And I'll increment this 3 to 4. Now moving ahead, we want this 4 also. So I'll replace this with 4 and I'll update the index. This will be 5. Now again next is 2. We don't want this. So our updated array will be 0, 1, 3, 0, 4, and this will be copied as it is. Okay, and the length of the updated array will be 5. This we have to return. So let's code this now. So this is the nums array that we have been given. In this nums array, we have to remove this value. So I'll make an index first. Int index will be equals to 0. We'll start it from 0, right? And let's start a for loop now. Int I equals to 0. I is less than nums dot length I plus plus. Okay. Now what I need to do is I need to check whether the current element in the array matches with the value or not. If nums at ith index is not equals to, well, then we need to replace this, right? So what I'll do is I'll just replace it, then nums at index value will be equals to nums at I. Okay, and then I'll increment the index by 1. Okay, so the final answer that we have to return is the index. Okay, so return index. Okay, so in the question it is already mentioned that we do not need to return the array nums. This will be counted like this only. Okay, so let's run the question, run the our solution. Okay, it's accepted. Okay, let's try submitting this now. Okay, the solution works perfectly fine. Let me know if anything else to be understood here. Thank you.